This simple teriyaki chicken will be ready in no time. Tender pieces of chicken, perfectly cooked broccoli, swimming in a tasty, delicious sauce. Oh, it's so good. Hey everyone, I'm Flo. Dude is behind the camera and we're all about simple food, simple faith. It has been so hot here. We are not used to hot, humid weather. We don't even have air conditioning in the home. It's not a normal thing here. So my job is to still get dinner on the table, but keep the house as cool as possible. So today we are going to use the Instant Pot. I haven't done an Instant Pot recipe in quite a while. So I thought we would do teriyaki chicken with some broccoli, all done in the Instant Pot, served with some rice that you're cooking separately, and that's dinner. I have about 2 pounds of chicken thighs, boneless, skinless, and it's about 9 thighs in here. If you want to use chicken breasts, by all means. I'm gonna cut them up into smaller pieces so that it cooks a little bit faster in the pot. So I'm looking at 1 1/2 inch size pieces. Sometimes I am super lazy and can't be bothered, and I'll just throw all the thighs in without cutting them and just increase the amount of cook time. But I thought this would be an easier way to eat. And if you don't have an Instant Pot or an electric pressure cooker, you can always make this on the stove. It just requires heating up the stove and a wok or a frying pan and marinating the meat ahead of time before cooking. But in this case, I'm just tossing everything into the pot, not marinating ahead of time. Okay, so I'm just gonna put all of the chicken pieces right into the pot. Okay, I'm grating a small piece of ginger right into the pot. I'm gonna say about a teaspoon of grated ginger.
You didn't say anything about giant size.
Because it didn't look like a thumb size. It was just a little piece of ginger. Okay, 1 clove of garlic. This is actually from my garden. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grate it in here because one less thing to wash. If I pull out the garlic press, that would be one more thing to wash, which we're trying to minimize the amount of work here. You know, if it was cooler, you all know that I would spend a little bit more time preparing ingredients, or maybe not. You all know I can't be bothered with a lot. I'm using 1/4 cup of soy sauce, just regular soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of mirin, which is a Japanese rice vinegar that is sweetened. And it's got this spout that just like drizzles it out.
Takes forever.
1 1/2 teaspoons of rice vinegar. Half a teaspoon of sesame oil. And 1 tablespoon of brown sugar to balance out the flavors. We're just gonna give this a stir. So if you were doing this not in the pot and you needed to marinate your chicken, just all of the ingredients, put it in a bowl and marinate it before you stir fry it on the stovetop. Okay, putting a lid on, locking it into place, making sure the sealing knob is on a sealing. I'm gonna cook it on high pressure for a whole 3 minutes.
Sounds like a long time, Flo.
But wait, there's more. I'll be back with the broccoli. I have about 1 pound of broccoli here. I bought the broccoli crowns because I don't really like the stem so much. So I'm actually gonna cut that right off and just cut them into florets. I'm actually gonna cut these down a bit more because I'm only gonna cook them for a very short time in the pot. All right, guys, that took a whole 12 minutes to come to pressure, 3 minutes to cook, and now I am quick releasing the pressure. I'm always just freaking out over this every single time. All right, once the pressure is released, open up the lid. Oh my goodness, it smells so good right now. I can't even tell you guys. Okay, The chicken is pretty much cooked, but we need to get this broccoli cooked, right? So we're gonna give this a stir just to make sure that all the pieces are in fact cooked through. Throwing our broccoli right on top, and we're not gonna stir. Putting the lid back on. Okay, locking into place, making sure that sealing knob is on sealing. And we're gonna cook this, cancel that first. Cook this on high pressure for 0 minutes. So just set it to 0. Oops, there we go. So the reason why we're only cooking it for 0 minutes, it's because it's still cooking, it's still creating steam when it's coming up to pressure. We want the broccoli to be cooked just perfectly, not overcooked, not turning into mush, which is why we want to bring it up to pressure and the broccoli will be cooked just right. All right, that took 5 minutes to come back up to pressure. Woo. All right. See, your broccoli is still green and it's fork tender, to show you. Okay, I'm just gonna scoop out the broccoli and the chicken. And we're gonna keep the sauce in there because we wanna thicken the sauce. Turning the saute mode on. I've got 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, adding 1 tablespoon of water. And remember, the water needs to be room temperature or cold, otherwise it won't dissolve in warm or hot liquid. It'll just be one hot mess is what happens. Lumpy mess. And just as the sauce starts to simmer, add in your cornstarch and stir it in. You just want your sauce to simmer and thicken. Okay, and turn it off. And spoon that over your chicken and broccoli. Are you all ready for?
Oh yeah. The taste. You know, I don't know about you guys, but when the weather is hot and in this case humid in Vancouver right now, the appetite is not the same as you know, the cooler months when you just want to like pack in the calories. So I'm glad that we can do dishes like this in the kitchen where there's less time for Flo in the kitchen, working over a hot stove, and less prep, and the meals get on the table faster, and the meals are simple. In this case, as you see, got the veg, got the protein, got the rice. I don't know if you guys can see the sheen of that sauce draped over the food, but looking good. All right. I too love the broccoli flowers over the stems because they kind of soak up the sauce and it keeps it in there. And when you put it in your mouth, the sauce releases. We're gonna get to that real soon. All right. Chicken. So tender. Mmm. That stem. Oh yeah. Nice texture, nice softness. Okay, here's the danger. Could be all that hot sauce exploding in my mouth, but taking another for the team. That's good. All those flavors and the texture coming really well together for a fantastic mouthfeel. a sauce enveloping the rice, and real simple. Very satisfying. Very good, it's very simple, but got all the flavors.
Awesome, thanks, dude. I hope you can tell like just how simple that was to make. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'm not super accurate in terms of measuring out my ingredients. And if you don't have something or don't like something that I'm putting in there, just cut it out, because why put something in there that you don't like? For more Instant Pot recipes, super simple, check it out. I will see you over there.